These nails don't just shine, they glow. We're going to use one of our new sets of pre-designed tips as the base for our design today. We've already got her nail prepped and ready to go. We've pushed back the cuticles, removed the shine, cleansed with swipe, and applied a coat of protein bond. Next, we're going to size out our tip, but we're going to be using our tip and jewel adhesive to apply this, so we want to size it out just a little bit larger than you normally would. Now, before we apply our tip and jewel adhesive, I'm going to take a little bit of our Onto the Next polish remover. We're going to pump a little bit of our Onto the Next polish remover onto our brush, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that right in the well of the tip. This is going to help to adhere our tip and jewel adhesive a little bit better and get a really great bond. And then we're going to use our dual-ended brush and spatula, and we're going to take a little scoop of the tip and jewel adhesive, tap off those little stringy ends, and then we're going to apply that tip and jewel adhesive just to the well of the tip. Press that down into the well, bringing that almost all the way out to the edges, but leave just a little bit of space around that edge for the product to flow, because when you press that tip down onto the nail, that product is going to flow just a little bit out to the sides. All right, we're going to bring in our touch cure light. You want to make sure that your gel isn't going to be anywhere in front of the light. So we're going to start with our tip at a slight downward angle. I'm going to set that onto the nail just a slight ways away from the cuticle, and then I'm going to slide that back. So that way any of that gel that may be squeezing out the back end is going to stay right underneath the tip. So it's not actually going to squeeze out the end. I'm going to just gently rock that tip down onto her finger, making sure that that back cuticle area is secure. And then you can check that, make sure everything looks nice and straight. And then we're going to use that touch cure light. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to keep her finger a little ways away from the light. So probably about probably keep the finger about 6 inches away from the light, just to make sure that you're not going to have an instant heat spike. So we're going to freeze that tip into place. And we're going to cure that for about 10 to 20 seconds or so. And then we'll put her hand into the light to fully cure. So we're going to use our UV LED light, and we're going to cure that for a full 60 seconds. Her nails are fully cured out, and with this specific style of tip, it is sheer enough to be able to allow that light to cure all the way through. All right, so at this point, we're going to add on to our design to really make this nail glow. I'm going to take a little bit of our swipe, and we're going to use that on a lint-free wipe. And this is going to do two things. It's going to cleanse the nail just to make sure that you don't have any dust or anything that's going to interfere with your design, but it's also going to just slightly remove the surface shine. Not completely, but just enough for our gel polish to adhere to. And then we're going to do one coat of our protein bond for a little bit of extra adhesion. And make sure to cap your edges, just to make sure that you've got that really good bond all the way around the edge. So for that extra glow, we're going to use Sugar Bowl from our ManiQ Color Collection. And this is going to give our design a really beautiful glow. It's a little bit of a pearl to it. And we're going to do just one thin coat. It is a nice sheer color, so it's really just going to add that pearl to it and that glow to it. But it's not going to cover up our French colors. We're going to put that back into the light and cure that for another 30 seconds. Now we're going to add our sparkle to our nail. And I'm going to be using Drop the Mic from our One Step Gel Polish. And I'm going to take a little bit of this and just place that onto my tile. And I'm going to use our liner brush. And we're just going to take a little bit of that and basically outline our French design. So just right where we've got the color, we're going to add that sparkle. Now this is not going to cover up the color, it's just going to add that sparkle right over it. So it's a really quick and easy design. You don't have to worry about being so perfect like you would when you are actually painting on a French design, because the glitter is just going to cover right over those colors. So you don't have to be super perfect, just enough to add a little sparkle to those lines. And then we'll cure that one more time in the light for another 30 seconds. Our glitter is cured out. We're going to do one last coat of our ManiQ Top Coat to seal in all of our color. Again, just brushing on one nice thin even coat of our top coat. Again, making sure to seal around the edges. And then this is going to go back into the light and fully cure for 60 seconds. All right, her nail is fully cured out, but it does have that tacky finish to it, so we're going to use our ManiQ Cleanser. Pump a little bit of that onto our lint-free wipe, cleanse off that finish, and that's going to leave you with a nice high shine. Now, if you need to, you can go back through with your 240 file buffer combo, just in case if you have any rough edges from that glitter or anything else poking out, you can smooth those down. If you need to use that file edge, you can do that as well. But just making sure that you've got a nice smooth edge all the way around. Finish with a little bit of our cuticle oil, and then watch those nails glow.